Hello, everyone, and good morning, good afternoon, and good night to all of you guys out there. And whenever you may be watching, wherever you may be watching, this is Crota coming at you, giving you a game between Locust versus Sonic. This game taking place here on Echo Isles. We'll see what's going to be going down in this particular matchup as Locust has spawned as the green undead player over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Sonic has spawned as the yellow night elf. Yeah, yellow night elf over here on the top left. Yes, I know that the title bar is a little bit despairing, left side, right side, not quite sure what to make of it. At some point, I may try to cast Warcraft 3 with the reforged graphics, but lately what I've seen is that because there is so much detail, extra detail in the game, whenever someone moves the map, it actually well, on live streams it actually tears a little bit, and then it takes a little bit of time to get caught up. Hey, Metaphysics, the Entei versus, I guess, Poxy game is not loading up properly, so if you can send me another game, that would be great, as we are going into a Warden going up against, well, what is this? A delayed Altar of Darkness. Is this going to be a Tavern Hero, or perhaps just a Crypt Fiend opening for Death Knights? We'll have to take a look off over there in just a second. Hey, good morning, everyone. Having a lot of fun. No, that's such a shame. All right, go find them. Yep, I know. It is going to be a, Dreadlord. All right, for a while, that Dreadlord opening was very, very common. However, it has not been that common as of late. We'll see if we are going to be going into a Dreadlord expansion. The Dreadlord, generally a very strong hero, good at shutting down units, but in particular, trying to surround a Warden seems like, well, a very, very futile effort. As everyone knows, if you try to just surround a Warden, that Warden will just simply blink away. Ancient of War gonna go ahead and root. Archer is trying to back away. You can see that this one guy is running all the way around. Whisper now being brought back over. That Kobold Tunneler finally getting in on that fight, taking a little bit of that damage away as the Warden gets into position. Warden still has not trained up an ability as of yet. That is purposeful, as that Warden doesn't know if it wants a Shadow Strike or Fan of Knives. Meanwhile, Dreadlord is already out onto the field. Is it going to tech to tier 2? Yes, it is. So a tech to tier 2 without a Tomb of Relics. What is Locust going for? Alright, I thought it may have been some sort of fast expansion attempt, and will haunt me a little bit more. He chose green on a map that has so much green, you cannot see him on the minimap. Alright. Allow a little bit strange openings. Yeah, it's something really funky. People fast expanding as Dreadlord, or as Death Knight now. That is, as the Death Knight now. That is true, but the Dreadlord was really used for a fast expansion attempt. We are seeing a tech to tier 2. So Dreadlord tech to tier 2. My mind is just trying to come up with the strategy that he is trying to go for. I still don't know it as of yet. And my apologies if I lose that Dreadlord on the minimap. You guys can see the minimap, and hopefully you guys can tell that it's actually very difficult to spot him. And Cryptlord was viable, so we rarely see Dreadlord. Hungarians love their green. Well, that is definitely the case here. Green on this map. They should outlaw certain colors, like you shouldn't be able to do blues on any ice maps, and you shouldn't be able to do any reds on, I don't even know what type of map the red background is, or what land that is. I guess I'll call it a wastelands map, or a Mars map if I just want to be general. Indeed, really excited about Nations War, by the way. Well, hopefully we will get a lot of good games. Sometimes it is just entertaining to see a lot of just different styles and different plays from around the world. It's the reasons why you go and see like minor league baseball games and also college baseball games for anyone who is in the US. There is different strategies, different styles of play, and the tempo of the game is overall different. Also, you kind of let it go when a college player, or a minor league team, if a player makes not that spectacular of a play or makes a little bit of an error, you kind of expect of it, and then it does, well, bring you into strange circumstances and exciting circumstances. In high level play, you're always expecting that next great play, and even when you don't see that great play, it's still a great game, but you almost get spoiled by it. You want those surprise moments, as that is what we're going to come across here. All right, in comes the Warden. What is the Warden doing? Warden goes Fan of Knives, hasn't trained Blink. There's a, well, carry-on swarm right there as the Warden trying to engage here. There is Vampiric Aura on that Dreadlord, and wow, what a great foresight by Locust to know that his opponent doesn't have the Tomb of Relics yet. Without that Tomb of Relics, are we going to see another Fan of Knives? There goes the Fan of Knives, but it doesn't really kill all that much. However, wow, we are going into quick tier 3. All right, we are at the 5-minute 30-second mark in this game. We are already a third of the way to tier 3. I was thinking to myself, why is Halls of the Dead taking so long to upgrade? This is not a Halls of the Dead upgrade. That is a Black Citadel upgrade straight into tier 3. He delayed his Tomb of Relics. He has a large amount of ghouls. And what does he want with fast tier 3? That is the question right now. Archers, Forest Troll, Berserkers, things and some red tile set. Yeah, Hellfire Plateau, that's exactly what it was. Hellfire Plateau, Archers, all these units are still engaging back and forth once more. My apologies, trying to figure out what's going on here, as the Tree of Life of Sonik is going to be going into, well, start mining again. Meanwhile, we are looking at the Warden. Warden does have a Staff of Teleportation, going to try and perhaps finish off some units. There goes a Fan of Knives, going to finish off one ghoul. There's Dust of Appearance. There's a Blink in order to get away, and timing that distance perfectly as we look at that Warden here. The question is, did Sonik actually click on the Halls of the Dead to know that that is a tech? Well, he has to know that that's tech to tier 3, as a Slaughterhouse is out in play. There's a Temple of the Damned, and he has to be wondering what exactly his opponent is going for. Meanwhile, Sonik is actually doing a bit of split attention as well, as he is creeping out with Ancients or an Ancient of War, all of this piercing damage, and the Warden is gaining a good amount of experience away from all of the action here. All right, are we going to see him the Warden perhaps pick up some additional items? The creeps might be an issue. Yeah, well, the high-level Warden may be an issue. With harassment, normally you don't have to deal with a higher-level opponent enemy hero, but that is not the case now. The Warden is nearly level 4, and a level 4 Warden may not sound like, it's not an odd level number, but it will greatly reduce the mana cost of that Blink, allowing for more Fan of Knives. All right, for example, they're not sleeping. What? All right, let's take a look back once more here. Warden going to go ahead and continue to fight their way through Ogre Warrior. There it goes. We are looking at Ogre Magi. Tome of Intelligence will get picked up. We still have not seen... Wait, Necro Wagon. Locust is going for straight Necro Wagon. Temple of the Damned, Slaughterhouse, Meat Wagons. Why didn't we see this sooner? Obsidian statues to provide a little bit of mana as well, as the Necromancer should be going into that Adept and then that Mastery training. I would not have expected Necro Wagons. You no longer need Black Citadel for tier 3. So the question is, what is the purpose of tier 3 in this particular instance? We are looking at 42 over 50 supply compared to 50 over 60, but the army of Locust is what, 20% larger, just because of, well, the lack of expansion. All right, there's that Black Citadel, a little bit of damage getting onto that Warden. Warden taking a little bit of damage, gonna go ahead and break free from that cold right there. Wow, one extra hit from that Dreadlord, as the Dreadlord is at level 3, Warden is at level 4. All right, Dreadlord strategy, we are looking at a Priestess of the Moon as the second hero. All right, Warden perhaps suspecting that something is up and now needs to go an additional hero instead of going a solo hero on here on Echo Isles, and that actually makes a lot of sense. Normally, the Warden, you want to rush to level 6. Once you rush to level 6, you have access to the ultimate ability, Avatar of Vengeance. However, very rarely, sometimes you will be fighting over the same resources. I'm not talking about gold or lumber in this instance. I'm talking about corpses. The Avatar of Vengeance and Necro Wagons both want access to corpses. And well, with so many necromancers out on the battlefield, the necromancers should actually be the ones coming out ahead, it winning in that battle here. Oh, so that is going to be a strange matchup here, as we're going to see a little bit of an engagement. Ghouls trying to engage here. Meatwagon is already off to the side. Necromancers. Oh, there's an army of skeletal minions and skeletal warriors ready to engage. Dreadlord, a little bit of piercing damage swooshing on through. Phantom Knives coming back across as the army is now coming back along the side here. Obsidian Statue off in the back. Are we going to see some more damage come in? And there comes some detonations from the Wisp along the backside as well. All right, the entire front line is going down. However, some of the Wisp were taken down as well. Are we going to see any more units getting raised up? That is the question, as unit after unit is starting to fall. All right, Dreadlord could have a little bit of trouble. Level 5 now on the Warden. Warden is actually in a great spot. Level 5, level 3 Phantom Knives, as we are seeing more and more units trying to, well, pop their way out and get some additional damage. The True Shot aura of Sonik on that Priestess of the Moon giving major damage bonus. Meanwhile, Locust actually taking a massive beating as he is trying to deal with not only the hero level advantage of Sonik, but also the economic advantage of Sonik. All right. Necro Wagon, a strategy that normally is used to surprise your opponent, and not quite sure how to deal with it. However, it looks like Sonik has enough bullets in the barrel, so to speak, to shut down this strategy. We are Owl Scout still overhead here. An additional Meat Wagon going to be joining in on this fight, replacing the one that was lost earlier. We are now sitting at what adept training. We could be getting what other adept training. Are we going to actually see and the other abilities being used, or was it that just to only increase the overall mana on those necromancers? Sonik often playing versus Krav and loves his Necro Wagon strat, so probably used to dealing with that. That is true. But this was a very fast rush to tier 3. The question is also, is Locust going to be able to shut down this expansion here? It is a 14 gold per 10 gold, 10 gold per second advantage. And it looks as though, yes, Sonik also has the upgrade advantage as well. 2-1 upgrades on all of those units, those archers dealing a massive 18 to 24 damage. And are we going to get improved bows? I don't see that anywhere as of yet. The range, I could have sworn that the archers actually had better range than 500. And well, is it going to actually be useful? All right, True Shot or a Priestess of the Moon. If it gets, well, a little bit more experience and gets to level 3, level 2 True Shot aura for all of these range units right there, that is a major damage bonus across all of those units. There is level 1 True Shot aura still waiting for level 2. What could you possibly use as your next ability? All right, plus 20% damage bonus for all range units. All right, in comes the army once more. Triple meat wagons here. There are some corpses being generated, and in comes the Warden with the Phantom Knives already. A little bit of damage being pushed all the way back here. The meat wagons do represent a large amount of damage here, as we're looking at a mass detonations coming across. All right, there goes the Phantom Knives, and well, can you sleep down that Warden to try and prevent that Warden from doing all too much? There he goes, the Dreadlord. The Dreadlord was actually able to finish off a good amount of those Wisps trying to make their way in. In comes another Phantom Knives there. No scroll of healing to try and keep all of these necromancers alive, as we see Blight now being used to try and offset. All right, Warden going after those units. Another Phantom Knives comes across here, and it is an AoE damage battle. Warden, however, with the higher level. Nope, not any longer, as the Dreadlord also gets to level 5. 41 supply compared to 38. We are now even on supply somehow, or very even on supply, as we're looking at more and more damage coming across all of those archers as well. More units joining in on the battlefield. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Warden now going to be getting up to level 6. Meat wagons are getting destroyed. And what is going on here? 36 to 26 Locust all of a sudden losing a little bit more, as we're looking at a Warden trying to back away again. All right, Unholy Frenzy going after that Warden. That Warden trying to catch up to this Necromancer. Necromancer down to 86 points, as we're looking at the Necromancer attempting to get back on the Blight. That Necromancer running after that, running away. Isn't going to be able to get there. All right, there goes a cripple onto the Warden, and that Warden actually going to be in a tough spot, as it is taking a little bit of damage. There is, well, a departing gift, and well, should have done that carry on swarm first. All the remaining units also destroyed back. Locust down to 36 supply. Sonik, not too, a little bit better, sitting at 45. But as I've said before, the expansions are starting to make a difference. With those detonates, Sonik was able to reduce the amount of the Necromancers significantly, but this will become a lot harder for the Night Elves once the Wisps are nerfed. That is definitely true. Trying to remove, if you guys did not know, removing mana, was perhaps is currently a bit too effective as we're looking at these Necromancers trying to regenerate some mana right now. All right, in comes the Warden. There's a Fan of Knives, and 5 Acolytes are in trouble. Well, 2 of the 5 are already down. We are going to go ahead and look at a Shadow Meld, and that Warden, well, there goes another Fan of Knives finishing off more Acolytes, and there is a cripple right there. Isn't going to be able to hide, and it looks as though it is currently revealed, still absorbing a large amount of damage there. Dust of Appearance, he should have noticed it. The Dreadlord trying to catch up. Are we going to get another cripple? There's another blink as well, and that Warden with significant damage reduction there. 25 mana is an over nerf. It will probably be 35. I think 25 is too much. The question becomes, how many units are you hitting, right? If you're hitting one or two Necromancers, well, that is it's not really worth it. But what we were seeing Wisps hit like 3 to 4 Necromancers, and that is a pretty large drop off on mana in addition to hitting some of the heroes as well. It does seem like a bit of an over nerf, but you know, trying to find a balance in a 4-race real-time strategy game real-time role-playing game, I guess, is also another way to classify this, since the heroes also do gain a bit of experience. Coming back around, we see Avatar of Vengeance is, well, out on the battlefield. 43 supply compared to 70. Level 6 Dreadlord could be coming into play here. We are also getting a Clarity Potion on that Warden. Priestess of the Moon sitting at level 4 also has a Scroll of Healing to her name to keep all of these units alive and well. Coming back around, but still not worth it early. A Hero Harass, use your Wisp Detonate, takes away just 25 mana. That is true. Yeah, like it almost makes it so that it doesn't make sense to detonate a Wisp to try and remove mana from an Archmage if the Archmage is dropping water elementals inside your base to harass you. And unfortunately, that is going to make the Night Elf versus human matchup a little bit more difficult as well, as we're looking at the Tree of Life. Skeletal Minion scouting out this Tree of Life here doesn't know that this Entangled Gold Mine is nearly done once more. Sonik going to be running up on 3 bases compared to a 1-base Locust, with Locust only having about, 9 or 8 more minutes? 8 more minutes mining in the main base. We're looking at the units making their way out, and this has been a cute strategy overall, but cute does not win games usually. We'll see whether or not if Sonik will be able to hold as a Fan of Knives goes down across multiple units, trying to keep those units alive. Skeletal Minions, Skeletal Mages now making their way over. Disease Cloud, incredibly important as we are now going into low upkeep. Obsidian Statue, 50 over 50 supply, and this expansion down over here, all of a sudden it feels like Locust knows he has to engage here, and this is not a good spot for him at all. Dreadlord going to try and engage once more. Are we going to line up a Carrion Swarm? That looks like a perfect lineup right there. In comes the Wisp. There goes protecting that entire line right there. We could have an Infernal drop down out of the sky. There you are along the back side as well. And we're adding a little bit more damage once more. Level 6, the Infernal versus the Avatar of Vengeance. Who's going to come out ahead? That Infernal, well, there goes another Carrion Swarm pushing through. Once again, the Meat Wagons are in the back trying to get all of that damage. Priestess of the Moon could be in trouble, down to 151 as the Infernal is shut down. Dreadlord still right there, getting up to level 7. Damage coming back across. Warden, is it going to end up staying alive? Ends up being able to back away right there. There is a Staff of Teleportation in order to get away, and there is enough Spirit of Vengeances out on the battlefield to cause a problem. Avatar of Vengeance could end up getting taken down. There goes a bunch of units, and all of a sudden, what is going on here? Archer after Archer getting lost, and is Sonik going to be able to escape away with his Priestess of the Moon? He will. Level 7 on the Dreadlord, almost level 8, as we're going to see a couple of Wisps get taken out right there. There's a detonation. Tree of Life going to be lost. 44 supply compared to 42. Locust winning that battle barely, as the entangled gold mine barely mined any gold. All right, there goes that one last Tree of Life here. Are we perhaps going to hunt another gold mine? And we are once again about even on supply. We are finally getting upgrades here. That Infernal did make a bit of a difference. Units are now making their way back off to the north. We should be looking at some repairs on these Obsidian statues. 44 supply compared to 48, 20 gold a second compared to 10. We should need to get another Obsidian statue out on the battlefield. All of these Obsidian statues are low on mana. Perhaps even getting a single Acolyte to repair could work out as well. It was the carry-on swarms, definitely. The carry-on swarms being able to shut down Wisps. Oh, there comes, well, the Warden. Warden is going to get crippled. No, just Disease Cloud. There was no crippled. There's the Avatar of Vengeance currently out on the battlefield. Huntress is trying to join in on the fight. Little bit of damage adding back through. There goes another Fan of Knives, as we're, well, still seeing the Obsidian statues trying to heal up all of these units again. Avatar of Vengeance, well, coming back across, getting a little bit more slowed. Can it get Disease Cloud? Yes, it can. And there is currently 4, count them, 4 meat wagons out on the field. Each Necromancer, well, pretty much having its own as one Obsidian statue getting caught out, well, in the middle of the battlefield again. All right, we're looking at the Warden trying to hide itself in the back, going to be able to do exactly that. And, well, are we going to see perhaps a dust of appearance? The Warden going to blink back once more. There's a Fan of Knives finishing off multiple Necromancers again. And, well, the Warden could be in trouble. Where is it going? The Warden trying to head back away. Are we going to perhaps see a blind carry-on swarm? Well, no blind carry-on swarm. Unholy Frenzy, a cripple may have been enough right there. Is he going to try and carry-on swarm before the Staff of Teleportation? No, it does not. A little bit of line of sight right there up onto that high ground. And also the minimized vision because of Nightfall. In my opinion, they don't even bother to retreat Infernal. Oh, right. But for... well, he did have ghouls. That is true. And, well, I think getting a sleep onto that Warden would have been instrumental as well, forcing that Warden to slow down just a bit, since the Warden was also blinking into strange circumstances. If you can sleep that Warden right there, there's a little bit of that damage right there. There's Dust of Appearance, a little bit of damage. There's that blink going back across the other side again. Warden trying to back away will be able to do exactly that. Acolytes perhaps need to get a little bit of repairs off. Building one Ziggurat right here would actually limit the amount of blinking in and out of those positions, which is incredibly important. There goes a cripple onto that Warden. Warden now losing a bit of that mana, as well as the Necromancer trying to get some damage there. Archers could with the range, but if you saw in that previous battle down in this location, the Archers were actually pretty far back. The Warden was all the way over here, while Archers were next to the Infernal and the Avatar of Vengeance in the back there. So if you are shutting your hero's opponent down, even for like 8 seconds, which is what I would account for a Locust trying to wake up his hero with a range unit, get it into position, and actually expose one of his units as well. That's how long I think it would take. No one can wake up the Warden and GG yet. Echo regen is insane. Well, they are on Blight, and there is an Obsidian statue next to them. So, 200% regen coupled with an additional unit healing them. Yes, that is fast regeneration indeed. Currently, only 4 Acolytes mining at that gold mine here. Meanwhile, while Skeletal Minions are getting shut down, we are going into a mass Huntress army. And the Priestess of the Moon is at level 5 now. So the Priestess of the Moon is going to be giving a 30% damage increase to all of the Night Elf range units, which is pretty much the entire Night Elf army at this point. Looking back around, Priestess of the Moon represents a massive damage increase for all of these units once more, as this next battle is going to be extremely entertaining. I've sent a substitute. Thank you. As the Necromancer is getting more mana and will be ready available. All right, ghouls could get taken down. Fan of Knives. Warden trying to dive on in here. There's a little bit of damage. Warden going to be taking a little bit of damage over time because of that Disease Cloud, slowing down its regeneration. Coming back through this Avatar of Vengeance about at half-life. Has to be extremely careful. We're looking at, well, Spirit of Vengeances. Well, at least, no, the Priestess of the Moon is shadow melted. That's why it doesn't get the bonus there. Finally gets a damage bonus. Damage bonus, invulnerable units. How do you like that? Still think that the Avatar of Vengeance, the Spirit of Vengeances, should have a limited range away from the Avatar of Vengeance. If the Avatar of Vengeance is supposed to be the weakness, well, you should commit to that with that weakness as well. All right, Spirit units are now trying to back away here. Haunted Goldmine still doing a little bit of mining. Are we going to be perhaps getting some repairs right here onto those meat wagons? And that's exactly what we're doing, as the Spirit of Vengeances are just constantly harassing. And how, yeah, that, yeah. You have an invulnerable, indestructible army just chasing after things right now. That's got to be very, very just annoying. All right, 2 minutes left for mining, if mining was actually going on. An infinite amount of time for mining, since no mining is actually currently taking place. More meat wagons are getting retrained up. Nothing is mining down over here, as the main gold mine of Sonik is already mined out. We're going to be looking at a main battle here, and in comes those Spirit of Vengeances, and this is exactly why I say what I say, trying to critique that Avatar of Vengeance. You shouldn't be able to commit an attack with an army that cannot be destroyed, shutting down and just diving into that back line. There goes an Infernal across multiple lines here. Massive major stun. Are we going to get perhaps a carry-on swarm ripping through as well, as you see the Avatar of Vengeance in the back? All right, trying to fight their way through that Infernal, completely taken out here. We see a lot of low hit point Huntresses. The meat wagons trying to finish off some of these units. Are they going to be able to get a carry-on swarm, perhaps take down some more of these Huntresses, as the units are still fighting their way, as we are looking at a bunch of piercing damage in the back. All right, Dreadlord still has enough mana. We could perhaps be getting in another carry-on swarm as well. 26 supply compared to 59, and it is timed life on these Skeletal Mages. Once these Skeletal Mages are gone, it's pretty much going to be game over, as that Dreadlord is going to try and, well, perhaps survive a little while longer, down to 40 hit points. Is it going to be able to survive? No, it is not. Warden gets into position, and, well, in comes Starfall for good measure. All right, if the death of a level 9 Dreadlord was not enough to give Sonik the win, well, Sonik using Starfall once his Priestess of the Moon got to level 6 to finish everything off. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.